It's just very, yeah, I mean, and then, like, on in adding something like we do in Lent, right? Like, in adding a thing and adding a prayer and taking on more to try to grow in communion with the Lord, I think it's, I mean, we already mentioned it a couple of times, but, like, resisting the secularization of
Mhm.
Christmas. Like,
Mhm.
the I mean, the whole happy holidays thing and, trying to, like, appease everyone and pretend that, like, it's not 100% about the incarnation. Like, I think especially very young Christians I've seen, like, very young, like, they're over like, materialistic
Mhm.
and secularized part of Christmas, and so,
Oh, yeah.
um
Yeah.
yeah, there's like I've just
Well, ultimately, it's empty, right? It just doesn't. Yeah, it's just a bit empty, and then you really feel it after Christmas. It just
Mhm.
so. I mean, you're really like we are looking to be filled, right?
Mhm.
And so if we celebrate Advent and in a good way, which really does open us up to all the grace that God wants to give, well, then we can be full,
Yeah.
and truly rejoice when the day comes and keep celebrating it. But
Mhm.
yeah, otherwise it's just empty. I
Yeah.
remember when I came back from Belize, I came back from I was down and serving in Belize as an aspirant, and of course, then you're amongst people who are definitely poorer, and it was just this really radical experience when I came back that for Christmas that time, and I walked through the mall, and you see all the
Mhm.
decorations, it's all decked out, in
Mhm.
the mall. It's like, but it felt so empty,
Mhm.
like there just wasn't that joyful spirit. It was like there was, it all looked like it, but
Mhm.
it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see that in people's faces as well
Mhm.
because they really want the joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember as a kid, December 26th was so sad because
Mhm.
it's not that I didn't know Jesus, but I wasn't actively, like, thinking about Jesus has come to be with me and to live with me forever, and now I can go to heaven and live with him forever when I was 10. I was thinking about myself, and I was thinking about the season, and, I loved when all my family members would come in town or anything like that, and so then December 26th comes, and it was like, without Jesus, it can just be like, the lights are blinking, but you're like, "But what's going on here?" So, like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that hollow feeling, like and that's exactly where Jesus wants to come, and when you're saying about, like, being fed, I think it's so important to remember, like in the Our Father that Jesus gave us, like, "Give us this day our daily bread." So, like, we need to be filled every day. Like, yes, I hope that Christmas is this and it really will be this, like, powerful reception of the love of God, into my soul and into the souls of all everyone in the world. But then what about the next day? And what about the next day? And what about January and New Year's resolutions and going back to work and all of these things? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
how yeah, like really like keeping a spirit of Advent throughout the rest of our lives, like always wanting to be ready for Jesus or always like needing to be filled. And so what we fill ourselves with, um, leading up to Christ's birth, and then like, how do we keep him with us? Because he is
Yeah.
with us, he never leaves us, right? But how do we remember that he's with us and not experience that emptiness, like you're saying, which we're all gonna have until heaven. We're all gonna have an ache and a longing that will
Yeah.
never be totally fulfilled until we're in heaven. But how can we keep that open to the Lord and not just go back into the monotony of daily life, but really see, like,
Or
the
try to
world hasn't
massage it
changed
through all kinds of
forever.
different things,
Yes,
or
yeah, but
cover it up, or
or say it's not real, like, "No, I have an ache, I have a longing," and that's not a bad thing. I don't need to be embarrassed by that. It's not something I've done wrong. Something hasn't gone off the tracks. It's not because I am not holy enough or
Yeah.
because I'm holy. It's like, no, like, I always am going to have a longing for Jesus, and Advent, like, reminds us of that and
yeah,
stretches it, which is good,
yeah,
and so it's not bad to feel that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. My youngest sister and, one of my favorite people in the universe just got accepted to college. And so, like, at that time in your life, it's like the whole world is ahead of you and you
Yeah.
just got accepted to your dream college and you accepted it. And now it's like everything, right? All this energy and time is focused in on that. But there will come a time where, like, that's over, right? Like, either you go to a different college or you drop out of college or whatever, right? Like, it's something else, something changes. And so, having that at the back of your mind, like, always knowing that no matter what accomplishments or no matter, right, except for a lot of people that I know, it's marriage.
Mm.
Once I'm married, man, all my problems are gonna work out and everything's gonna be all fantastic
Mm.
and I won't be lonely anymore. Because for a lot of people, that intense longing is mistaken for like the loneliness of like a partnership, the way you have it in marriage.
Mhm.
And as everyone at this table knows, like it's not fulfilled in like the sacrament of holy matrimony. Like that longing, like you're mentioning, it's gonna happen. It's even in marriage, right? Like
Mhm.
I'm a married person that like always is longing, right? Like I still have an emptiness that can only be fulfilled totally with Christ, like in
Mhm.
heaven. And so, yeah, and thinking about the next big thing or the next big accomplishment or right, the next Christmas or next year we're gonna do even bigger party. We're gonna have a turducken, you know, it's gonna be crazy. You know, we're gonna have 20 pumpkin pies.
It's every while.
Yeah, and points for using the words turducken. That's impressive.
Here, Neil Diamond,
Yeah,
turducken.
yeah,
What the?
yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the best podcast universe. But what are like
Mhm.
in all sincerity, what are some practical things you can do, people can do in Advent to like that Catholics can avoid getting like caught up from, you know, the well, I'll share, but I keep sharing that they can do in these days leading up to the solemnity of the Nativity of the Lord.
Is there? You guys have great wisdom.
The first thing that came to me was going to the sacrament of confession.
Mm.
I know that was something we did as a family. As I got older, we would go to the penance service that our parish offered. You know, there's like 10 priests all around, and it was good. But now I see like, oh my gosh, that is so necessary, and also like such a gift, like a gift before the gift. You know, like
Mhm.
Jesus is coming in the incarnation. He has come. We're going to receive him in the Eucharist. But to really like turn my heart back to Jesus, and like that's the little gift I can offer, right? Like that's what I can take to the manger and say, like, Jesus, I'm sorry for my sins.